this is N.A.I.S TV. I'm Sundis.
And I'm Shelly. This is our first broadcast.
Today we will start off with the honor rolls.
Good morning to everyone.
Good morning, Mr.
Oh, I love the little children. Very good morning to all of you. Today is the very first honors roll assembly. Very important recycling project. And Ms. Taylor will be here just to explain very quickly what this recycling project is about so that we can all be part of that. So Ms. Taylor, thank you.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for welcoming me at your school. So I'd like just to tell you what we do. I work for a company called Green Office. Like I explained to the grade 5s, we're just a bunch of tree huggers. We love nature, we respect nature, and we realize that this is the only one we've got. We have to make the best of it. So the project we launched is we work with schools, and you help us to recycle used printer cartridges. We collect them from your school. This is the very first box that you'll be filling up very soon, I just know it. And what we do, we take them, we dismantle the cartridges, and from the plastic we make roof tiles for low-cost housing. So it doesn't even go to a landfill, and you really help us protect nature. And as a reward, for every box we collect from you, we actually pay your school so you can further your green initiatives. So at the end of the day, you help us, we help you, and we can make this school the greenest one in Pretoria. So I hope I've got you all on board. I heard there's a special little thing we have to do, so by raise of thumbs, who's in? Okay, this side is in. I don't know about this side, but I hope I can get you in as soon as possible. So what I'm going to ask, I'll just ask the principal, if he wouldn't mind. This is our very first box. Instead of cutting a ribbon, we're just going to drop the very first cartridges in this box. So we've got 3 very small ones. And I just want to mention that you can bring either these small ones to school or the large printed laser printer cartridges. You can drop them in the box. We can't recycle these boxes because of the print. So what we do, we take out the plastic, we seal it up, and we give you a new plastic bag. We try to waste as little as we can as a company. So if you wouldn't mind, it is now officially your school's project.
Thank you to Basila for putting that together. Congratulations to all the students that made it in the honor roll.
Off to our next segment, which is the Halloween party.
The only time of year where people of all ages can roam the streets wearing costumes and, well, act like this. Now, I once thought it was about spending time with friends, families, going out and having a good time. But now I realize it's not. It's about the candy. All that candy. So ditch your friends, go out, get some candy, but be safe. Thank you.
Thank you to Malaza for reporting on the Halloween party. Now we're off to the teacher of the week with Milad.
Join me in Miss Smith's office, where we'll learn a little more about her and ask her a few questions. Come on. Hi, Miss Smith. So we're just going to ask you a few questions about
Gladly,
yourself.
take a seat.
Okay, so firstly, where are you from?
Born and bred in South Africa. In fact, I've never left the borders of South Africa. So a good, proper South African.
What subjects do you teach?
I teach English. Last year I taught gardens. I offered a gardens course. This year there wasn't space for it in the timetable, but I hope to offer it again next year. But my main subject is English.
Why did you choose to have a career of teaching?
From quite a young age, there was something about teaching that absolutely spoke to me. And obviously as a younger person, I never understood what it was. But having gone through my tertiary education, I now know why I chose teaching and why I love it so much. I really believe that children are where change can happen. And I get very excited at the idea of being part of that change. I may be too old to be part of the change of the world, but I can definitely initiate what happens with children. And that excites me immensely. Immensely. I'm very, very passionate about teaching.
So you can see it's a big part of your life.
Huge part.
So how has it affected your life?
Teaching has taught me, it surprised me. So I've worked with students who have absolutely blown my mind. I've worked with students who have proven themselves beyond belief, beyond expectation. It's also taught me to be patient. Growing up, I was quite an impatient person. It was my way or no way. But being a teacher and working with different people, I've really had to learn the art of patience.
What is the most difficult thing about teaching?
I think, really, I don't even associate the word difficult with teaching because I love every aspect of it. I cannot say I've ever had a situation where I've really clashed with the students, or perhaps the most difficult part of teaching is when you work under the leadership of someone who doesn't share your passion. That can be really difficult. And I'm glad to say it doesn't happen here. Mr. Funzel definitely has a passion for teaching and a passion for students that it shows through every day. And it's lovely to work under him.
Do you think teaching your daughter to grow up is easier than teaching your students?
No, I think it's a lot more difficult.
Why?
I think as a teacher you have high expectations of your students, and if you have your own children, your expectations are doubled. And I think sometimes I'm really not hard on her, but my expectations are high, and when she doesn't meet those expectations, it's a little bit disappointing. So I think it's easier to teach other people's children because you know your focus, and as soon as it's your own child, there's so much heart and soul involved that it becomes difficult.
Okay, now moving away from teaching, do you have any funny moments?
Personal funny moments. I do have a few. Perhaps one of the... I met my first boyfriend in matric. So I was 18 years old when I had my first boyfriend. And the first day he phoned to my house, I thought it was a guy friend playing a trick on me. When I answered the phone, he said, "Sorry, who's speaking?" And I said, "Sorry, who are you looking for?" And he said, "I'm looking for Karen." I said, "I'm sorry, you have the wrong number." And I put the phone down. I ended up dating that boy for 2 years.
Any unusual facts?
About myself. I have an unfounded and unrealistic fear of moths. I absolutely hate them. And very close second position, Christmas beetles.
Any life lesson to conclude this agenda?
Whew, I've learned many life lessons. Some have been very difficult to learn. Having lost my brother at a very young age, that was a massive blow to my life. But the lesson I learned from that is that every moment is important. So if you have 5 minutes and you have 5 minutes to give somebody else, give those 5 minutes. If you have the chance to say something positive, rewarding to somebody, take the time to say it, because you may not have the chance again. And I think another massive life lesson I learned was I survived chemo treatment. I was diagnosed with an advanced stage of lymphoma, and I'm absolutely in full remission. My health is top notch. And the biggest lesson I learned through that was to really be kind to myself, to listen to your body. Sometimes it's giving you the strongest message and you absolutely ignore it. So I think 2 difficult parts of my life have taught me the biggest life lessons. Make the most of every moment and stop and listen to your body.
Okay, thank you very much.
It's my pleasure. It was lovely having you in my office.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye, my lad.
Bye. So there you have it. You've learned something you didn't know about Miss Smith. Meet us again with a new teacher next week.
That's all we have for today. Thank you for joining us, and join us next week
Subscribe to our channel
to get a new video every week.
Wait one moment there, Sanderson, Shelley. Hi, I'm Mr. Mansell, Principal of the North American International School. You know, one of the things we pride ourselves on is the high caliber of staff that we have at our school, who go out of their way to help our children reach their academic potential. However, there are times when kids say, well, sometimes they say the craziest things. Why not join me and we can go through to the grade 12 class where we can see some of our teachers reenacting some of their finer moments. Follow me.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Today's lesson we are going to simply recap some of the impressive, let's call it one-liners you've delivered. Let's start with English. What is the plural noun for moose? One moose? Many?
Dear.
Not really, but okay, let's move on. Let's try another subject. Social studies. Name 2 European leaders who went on the first crusade.
Man of Toronto.
Okay, science. I know you are all very good at science. What is the scientific name for a killer whale?
Free Willy.
Earth science is your thing. Earth science. Okay. Now you all know that sandstorms can be very dangerous and you can actually die in one. You know, I was once caught in a sandstorm.
Man, did you survive?
Yeah. Okay, one more. Tell me why women wear high heels.
So they can practice to be youngest.
Kids do say the craziest things.
Don't you know it?